I hear you on the track.
Shout out, this a baby.
I hear you on the track.
Shout out, this a baby.
Bryce, hold on, y'all.
CT, I hear you on the track.
I'm over here warming up. If you don't like the Isaac Brothers, this ain't for you. I'm gonna stop though. I'm on the way. Are you looking to start your own cleaning company? Or maybe you started your cleaning company, but you just need a support group, some mentorship, some guidance. Hell, a bidding calculator just to help you know if you're pricing the job correctly. Join us at cleanbiznetwork.app. That's www.cleanbiznetwork.app today and get on the right track with your cleaning company. We have everything you could possibly need to get you going in the right direction. And see why we've been the leading cleaning business consulting company for the past 5 years, and why they call me AJ Simmons the Cleaning Business GOAT. So I can help you just like I've helped and my company has helped thousands of other people start and grow their cleaning companies. Go to the #1 source today, www.cleanbiznetwork.app. Thank you.
Headed to the top, ain't none of y'all stopping me. Used to say I never get a ring, Charles Barkley. Now I got a wife, got kids, own property. Bubble-eyed beans that look like that be watching me. Okay, I lied about the beans, but that was hard though. I'm still in that black act, but she starred though. Cause that's all it takes. Don't flash it for. I'm on my grind, not no motherfucking fashion show.
Welcome in. Here we go. Happy Friday, y'all. What we got going on? I am AJ Simmons, founder of the Clean Business Network, and guess what? I'm the Cleaning Business GOAT. Here we are. I got me some help today. We're gonna have us a great fun Friday, y'all. So I already told y'all who I was, but I got me some help, so I'm gonna go and bring him up to the stage. I'm gonna let him introduce himself. This is my guy. Matter of fact, fuck it. I'm gonna bring up both of them at the same time. They both my guys. Let's just do it. Here we go. Come on up. What we got? Mr. Brandon Orr, Mr. What's Andrew up? Lewis himself. Let's go.
What's up? What's going on?
Welcome in. Welcome in. Let the people know who y'all are if y'all don't mind.
Go ahead, Brandon. You can start it off, sir.
Appreciate it, man. Yeah, we don't need no formal introduction.
But no, you made me feel like we need one. I feel very underdressed when you came
here. Yeah, me too. I got a hat on.
Man, it's a story. Hey, yeah, it's a story behind that though. Okay. Nah, it's a story behind that, man. But I'm Brandon Orr. I started a company called Cure Cleaning. Started off in Chicago, and then we moved to Texas and accidentally started a business in Texas, and now we're back in Chicago. So similar to AJ. Going back and forth like that. So definitely experience with growing in multiple states. Come from corporate world, if you don't know, corporate world in sales. And that's kind of my specialty is sales, prospecting, just getting after it. And today I had a meeting scheduled and the car wouldn't start. It's like 6 degrees in Chicago. So you got to do what you got to do. Bust out some phone calls instead. So
there we go. That's what's up. That's what's up. Well, welcome in. Hold on. Let me get you some. All right. Now, who we got next?
Is that me? I guess that's me. What's going on, everybody? I'm Miss Andrew Lewis I'm actually out of South Carolina currently. I'm the owner of Squeaky Clean Commercial Cleaning here in South Carolina. Also the founder of Clean Success Academy and Clean Success VA Staffing Solutions. And as a matter of fact, there's another one. I'm a published author. Yes.
Hey.
So yeah, man, that's me. I'm your guy. If you want to talk about automations, you want to talk about setting up your business and delegating stuff to the people within your facility, or farming it out to virtual assistants and stuff like that. Stuff to get your business growing and scaling. I'm the guy you want to talk to.
There we go. All right, y'all. So it's Fun Friday. For those who are new here, guess what? We all knew because we just started this. This is our first episode of this. So we are the Cleaning Business Consultants from Clean Business Network, and we here to answer y'all questions. So do not be shy. Put your questions in the chat. And as always, I definitely want to shout out and I want to know who listened to us and where they from. So we'll start out with the shout out first. Shout out to JK Lee 14, I guess. Something like that. Shout out to Hartford, Connecticut. Checking out. Appreciate you. Tapia Boys 8014 out in Toronto, Canada. Shout out to y'all way up there. I appreciate you. Hopefully, good gracious, if we freezing, I ain't no telling what y'all doing up there. So shout out to you up there. Hope you staying warm. Who else we got? Mr. Brian Francis checking in. I see you on the channel a few times. Shout out to Fort Worth, Texas. Brandon already know all about that area. You know what I mean? So shout out to you. What else we got? Tylock 5843, Santa Monica, California. Shout out to you checking in. I appreciate you. Who else is it? We got Go Ford Enterprise, I believe is what it says. That's exactly what it says. Shout out to you, Baltimore. My guy Andrew know about that.
Let's go.
Right. How y'all say it? We say use news.
You don't do that. Don't do that now.
Okay. I'm on my stuff today, so here we go.
It's all good.
I'm in my bag today. Here we go. All right. I 25. Jay McLean out of Frisco, Texas. Shout out to Frisco, Texas. I'm familiar with y'all as well. Who else we got? Humble 1454, New Orleans. I love me some New Orleans music. I've never been to New Orleans yet, but I got a good feeling. Whenever I finally do make it there, I'm gonna fit right on in. I got a good feeling about it. But anyway, all right. Time to pick with y'all. I'm gonna start with Brandon because we briefly prefaced via text before this live. I think you said you got something. I think you. I don't know. I feel like you got something that you want to share with. Like, all right. I'm gonna do it this way. I'm gonna do it this way. Let's start with this. If somebody is struggling to get some customers right now, sales expert himself, business suit and everything on, how can we help this person today to get a customer? First commercial cleaning customer. And hit down mute.
I wouldn't say expert. Appreciate it though. Just experience. So getting customers, man, that seemed to be the number one thing that everybody asks. Like, even in the Facebook groups, man, you got people been in business like 10, 15 years, longer than I have. And they still ask the question of, how's everybody getting contracts? So sales being a lifeline and the blood of your business is never a point where you got it figured out. It's never a point where it's like, all right, well, I got the sales thing down packed. Every company in America, from small startups to major corporations, their main focus is my backlight just went out. Their main focus is sales, right? So with us being in the industry that we're in, a service-based industry, we just find people with the problems that we're looking to fix. And the way you do that is by reaching out. and I think we said this a long time ago on the Clubhouse days, there's really only two ways. If you got money, so if you have a budget to throw money into things like ads and SEO and stuff like that, that's a way where you could get, new business, right? But if you're working with a limited budget, and most people don't have thousands of dollars to throw into a company at this early stage, so you got to put some hustle and muscle in it, right? You got to do the stuff that nobody wants to do, which is picking up that phone. You got to pop into some businesses. You just got to get out there and put your name out there, right? Because if you think about it, if you watch TV or television or any type of TV show, or if you listen to the radio in the mornings, you're going to hear some business is advertising their company. That's how they're trying to get in front of you, which is a consumer. So we don't have billboards. So if you don't have a billboard, you don't have ad spend to put yourself on a radio, on TV, you got to be that ad. Your mouthpiece is a moneymaker. Your face is a moneymaker. So you got to get out there, and you don't have to make it complex. Just drop off some business cards, collect information, play curious cat. Hey, I'm just trying to find out, what you guys are doing in terms of, cleaning for the facility. And even if it's a no, if somebody don't, physically kick you out of their building, go back. Or call back, right? They don't hang up on you and say, take me off your list, call back, right? But each time you call, you got to go in with the intent of not closing a deal. I had a consultation earlier, that was last week, and their issue was they was trying to sell cleaning services over the phone. That's tough. I don't sell cleaning services over the phone. I can't do that. I'm not that good yet. I have to gain the information first. And you're sort of like a doctor. You don't go to the doctor office and they immediately, as soon as you walk in, they're trying to prescribe you, or, you can't do that.
This is why I'm here. Let me interject for a minute and help you break this down, because people will miss what you just said. You said they're trying to sell cleaning business over the phone. But wait a minute, Brandon. I'm trolling, right? but wait a minute, Brandon. I got to do this because the people going to miss it. Ain't that cold calling? What you mean you can't sell cleaning service over the phone?
Yeah, great question too. So people go in with the intent and the mindset of they got to close the deal right there. Even some cold callers who I've trained in the past, they go in with trying to set the appointment right there. That's the goal. Yeah. The ultimate goal is to get the deal correct, but there's a sales cycle. There's a process. Like I just said, you're just finding out information. You're qualifying it. You don't even know if not that they need you, but you don't even know if that's the right client for you. Like, you may not even want to take on that type of client or take on that type of problem, right? So you have to qualify them in the beginning. Qualify. And you can't qualify if you don't reach out. Most people, they don't reach out. They just don't make the calls. They don't put in the effort. They don't put in the work and reach out. Or they'll make about 5 or 10 calls, right, and they probably won't get nowhere on that one, and then they just won't make no more. Oh, well, these people hung up on me. Yesterday, I was just talking to my wife. Just yesterday, I sent her a recording because in my CRM, the CBN CRM, it records our calls. And I made a call yesterday.
What CRM you said you use it record the call?
CBN CRM.
Right now.
I use CBN CRM. It records your calls. I recommend everybody record your calls, because when you go back and listen to the call, it helps you to get better. Just like athletes, after every game in football, they go back and look at the film. They watch tape. They spend a whole day watching the tape, right? So you spend some time listening to your calls. That's the equivalent to that, right? But I just sent it to my wife, and I was like, they told me at the beginning of the call, they told me that they had a cleaning company for the building. It's in a high rise in Chicago downtown. She was like, oh, we have a company that comes in and do it. Is contracted through the building. Great. With those, I typically get their information and just say, hey, if you have a future need. But she started asking questions. Well, do you guys I heard you said you do this. So are you guys do you clean? Is it dental practice? Do you do like deep cleanings? And turns out, long story short, they have a photo shoot coming up for the team, and they want the place to be clean for the photo shoot. The building only does the standard stuff, the trash. They're not doing what we do though. They're not cleaning, deep cleaning and infection control in the operatories. They're not cleaning the bases of the dental chairs. They're not doing high dusting. They're not doing any of those tasks. So at the very least, we could get a deep cleaning deal, maybe a monthly or quarterly deep cleaning deal from somebody that already has a cleaning company. So don't sell yourself short, man. And two calls before that, I got hung up on and got put on I had to put them on a D&D list. So that's what I'm saying. Like, if you're not willing to get through the no's and dig through the no's to get to the yeses, I don't know what to tell you. But if you can dig through the no's, every no, I want somebody to tell me no. Please tell me no. Because the quicker I get to that no, the faster I get to that yes. Mm-hmm. And all it takes is one yes. You get one yes a week, you're making pretty good money. If you get 1 or 2 yeses a week, you all right. You're doing all right.
That's gold right there, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. And I'm also gonna say this. I ain't gonna lie, you hang up on me. I'm not nice enough to put you on my D&D. You just had a bad day that day. I'm finna call your ass back later on. It could be tomorrow, next week, next month, maybe. But you getting another call. It's okay. It's gonna be all right. But that's fact though. All right, so now I'm coming to Andrew Lewis himself, right? Mr. Automation's King. I'm a same question for you. When we come to getting the customer, everybody want to get customers. How would you do it? We heard from the sales expert himself. He said he trying to downplay it. You is what you is. Yeah. And then we got the automation team.
He's pretty awesome with it.
Yeah. So now we got the automation expert Andrew Lewis himself. Let us know, how would you get a commercial cleaning client today?
So I'm a little different. I absolutely hate doing cold calls. I don't like it. I just don't do it. So that's why I do virtual assistants. I teach my VAs how to do it, and I'm gonna tell you how I taught them. I'm gonna give you a trick to how I taught them. I use AJ's videos, and I use the video that you did, and I sent them to them, and I taught them how to do the cold callings, and also we use a CRM with the trainer that's on there.
We got to be specific. Which CRM are you using? Because you
automation. CRM.
Oh, okay.
Are there other CRMs? I didn't know there were others out there.
I forgot all about anything else. Is there another one that exists? I'm not sure.
If it does, it's not on my radar. But that's what I use, the CRM that kind of you can train your VAs or anybody how to do cold calls. It gives you kind of a score on your call where you're actually talking to like an AI person, and you're asking qualifying questions and stuff like that, and they'll let you know whether you're going to get the appointment or not. It's super awesome. So I train my VAs to do that, and they do their calls. So all that's automated. I don't do it. I say, hey, I need you to hit this list. I need you to hit that list, and they just do their calls. Now they do other things other than calls, but that's how I do with getting my my new clients, in addition to websites and funnels and stuff like that, which is all done within the CRM also. But all those things now are done by my VAs, so I don't even touch it. I just tell them what I need them to do.
Love that. I love that. Okay, but now I want to treat this like the old Clubhouse days. And I told you, by the way, at some point we probably gonna start doing these camera off, so it was funner. Yeah. You know what I mean? We could just be on here freestyling. But okay, we got a question. All right, we're going into question. I'll do that because I was about to do something else. We're gonna do this. All right, bam. So we'll start here. Shout out to hold on, before I do the question though, shout out to my guys that checking in. If you haven't watched my video with Zach, make sure you go back and watch it. We just uploaded it like maybe 2 days ago. So make sure you go watch that. Speaking of automations, this guy literally used the CBN CRM, built his website, watching the course himself. He ain't had to go hire no expert, none of that. Put in the instant quote form, you know what I mean? And automatically from the instant quote form, close a deal, first contract ever. This is facts. You can't make this stuff up, bro. So make sure CBN is the way. All right, bam. Mr. Brian Francis says, when funding your business to start, did any of you apply for any grants?
I didn't. I use my business to fund my business. And I'll explain that. And AJ is where I learned that, and I use that to this day. I don't go out and get any funding. I just get accounts, And every time I make money from those accounts, I reinvest back into my business. That way I don't have people that I owe money to because I went out and got a loan. I think a lot of times people will want to get funding for their business because they're trying to fast track everything. And you don't need to fast track. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. So with one account, even though it wasn't even a large account, I would buy a vacuum. Then next time I'd buy more supplies, and I just keep going on and building and building and building. I didn't try to make, $1 million on my first client. I just kept building from there. And that way you keep my own personal opinion, you keep yourself from getting in debt and building, just a hole that you got to dig yourself out of. But if that's the way you want to go, cool. I just did not do that. I don't like doing that. Personal opinion.
Sometimes I don't even. Hey, I ain't gotta say nothing. As long as you hear, I'm every.
Yeah.
You already know what I'm saying anyway. So
I'm repeating what you told me.
You make it sound better. Look, my guy Tony Williams in the building. Can we unmute Tony? What's good, brother? Welcome in.
What up? What up? What's going on, gentlemen? How y'all doing?
Too much. We all right? How you feeling?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Just
let
finishing
the
up.
people know who you are as well.
Yeah, man. So my name is Tony Williams. I am a CBN certified consultant. Been with CBN since 2019, 2018, around that time. Grew our business, did over, probably a couple $1 million in sales for the lifetime of our business. And we recently sold our business back in May. So now I'm still doing sales in the janitorial field. Running the Florida region for Supreme Maintenance Organization, and back to building, man, back to coaching. Still love to help, still love to speak, still love to lead, and I'm just here to help however I can.
Love it, love it. Got to give you a round of applause as well. Y'all hear that back in Kings of Comedy, and they were like, Steve Harvey introduced him so well, they start looking around like, damn, you talking about me? You just did that for yourself. I said, damn, you're right, Tony. You did do that. Yep, you did that too. I started forgetting. I said, see, that's why that's my guy. All right, so we picked up off of Mr. Brian Francis's question. If y'all got questions, y'all better get them in. Now I told y'all we ain't gonna be here for the longer y'all put questions, the longer we gonna hang with y'all. So, but he asked, and Andrew answered already. When you started your business, did you apply for any grants or anything, any type of funding?
B-Dot.
Tito, what's up, man?
What's going on, brother?
Good to see you, brother. Hey, I have an answer to that question. I did not, and here's why. Well, this is not the reason why, but this is why I'm glad I didn't. When you're starting a business, man, you are really learning, especially if this is your first business, you're learning. And I guess this goes towards like the loans too, because we get a lot of questions about the business loans and grants and all that stuff. I think when you're given money, right, I think you are less driven to really learn the intricate parts of business, right? Because it can't always be about the money side. That's a big part of it. Absolutely. That's a big part of it. But I think we skip steps, right? I think we skip a lot of steps that goes into business. I know I did, right? And now today I'm like, man, I'm glad I didn't get that bag because I would have blew that. I would have blown it because you're really learning how to start a business. And this is why you see a business, you can get a house loan or a car loan easier than you get a business loan because they know what we're going to do. We're going to blow it, right? So I think after you really learn how to grow and scale a business, and learn, like, all right, I know if I go down this street and make it right, I know it's going to be hell going around that corner. I know if I do this way, I know it's going to be pretty sweet going that way. So you really learn how to run a business, especially if it's coming off your own dime, you're going to learn quick. Like that learning curve is going to be real quick if it's off your own dime. When it's on somebody else's dime, it's kind of like you're a little bit more risky, and less calculated, right? We love risk, right? Because that's why we in entrepreneurship. But it's a less calculated. I think when you're running it, correct me if I'm wrong, gentlemen, but I think when you're running it off of your own dollar, you really appreciate it much more. It's so much sweeter. And when you put that sweat equity in and you friggin' funding it yourself, bootstrapping that thing, I mean, it just tastes so much sweeter to me. I like my food from scratch. I heard it was somebody from New Orleans on this thing in the chat. Man, the gumbo tastes so much better when you make your roux from scratch than the already made roux. It's good too, but the one that's made from scratch, man, it's so it's so much better.
That's what's up, bro. I love it. I love it. How about you, Tone? Did you any feedback on? Here's the question again.
Yeah,
funding business. All right, bam.
No, for sure. So we no funding at all. So period for the entire existence of our business. We didn't have any type of funding. I did try to apply for some grants, but ultimately they didn't. You know, I didn't necessarily see the benefit of it right from the beginning because we were still trying to get contracts. Like we were still trying to figure out, okay, if we did get this grant for $50,000, $20,000, like what would actually be the right thing to do with it? Mm-hmm. Like I used to just like submerge myself pretty much in podcasts and, you know, different things, listening to people talk about this. And one of the things that kind of deterred me a little bit was to hear how many people got grant money, like in the beginning stage of their businesses, and used it completely wrong.
Yeah.
Like, you know, went and got loans and then couldn't go get a contract, so they couldn't pay the loan back, you know, so because they didn't know. And then businesses, especially in those beginning stages, like it's so emotional. Like you get so emotional, you get so hyped up, like, hey, I got this business, we about to get this thing rolling, I'm about to be a millionaire next week. Like, you know, you get so emotional and you see some opportunities and you go and get awarded this money, or you go and get a loan, you know, which is money that you got to pay back. And you haven't necessarily figured out, is this even something you're going to do long term? Like for sure. Like, hey, is this where I'm really going to be? Hey, I'm about to get this $20,000, like, and I'm about to go buy a van and get it wrapped. And then a year later, that van sitting in your driveway, wrapped up, not making no money at all. When the best decision may have been, hey, I'm gonna take this $20,000, I'm gonna invest that into the branding of my business and the marketing of my business, so I can have consistent business coming in. So for us, we didn't do it, but it was for quite a few different factors. More so was like I was just listening to my mentors in the box and the guys online that just was like, hey, hold off on that stuff until you have a much more clear path on how you're going to spend this money once it gets into your hands. And by that time, we had already figured a lot of stuff out. We had already brought our equipment, brought our vehicles. You know, we were rolling, and so we just kind of, after the first year or two, we just kind of dropped that and kept it moving. But my advice would be is to, if someone is looking for to take that route and get a grant or anything for your business, especially in the early phases, like, man, count all the costs. Like, get with a mentor, you know, tap in with one of us, like get with somebody that can say, hey, all right, you about to apply for this $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 grant. If you get it at this stage in your business where you doing $2,000, $3,000 a month and stuff like that, and you still working your job, how are we going to best use that money?
Fact, bro. Listen, first off, you just reminded me of something. Number one, I'm putting a goddamn link in the chat right now, consultation.cleanbiznetwork.com. Make sure y'all check that out. Book a consultation with anybody on this call, right? I mean, on this live right now. If anything that we saying is resonating with you, you feel like you want to talk to one of us further, definitely click that link. Hopefully I typed it right because I should have just copied and pasted it. But click that link because this is big stuff right here. This is facts. And so I'll go back to the question real quick, and I see some new ones came, so we're gonna jump on those. So exactly what everybody said. Like, all right, I'm gonna try to say this the quickest way I can say it. Is we running the damn, like, Is this a non-profit or is it a company? Like it's a for-profit? Are we trying to run a business or are you trying to run a damn telethon or something? We don't got to raise no money. This ain't no charity. We gonna get to the money. We gonna make some money. We gonna make the money make itself. We gonna let the business pay for itself. Yeah, I mean, if we can get a grant on the way, cool. I got the what was it back in the days 2020 days. I got one. I got that grant. You know what I mean? I got that one. It was easy to do. It took 5 minutes. You hop on the website, but the time you taking trying to go apply for all of this and apply for all of that and raise money over here, like Tone was just hinting at this. Like I've seen so many people, they over there getting that tech industry money, California money, and they getting all of these investors, and all they do is raise. All they doing is seeking investors, all of these rounds and funding this and grants this, pitch fest this and all. I ain't got time for that. We finna get to this bag. Them type of entrepreneurs right there, which I guess they technically are, but most of them ain't. They just know how to talk and talk, and convince people to give them more money. Man, I'm doing good without cussing today. But listen, the business at the end of the day, I don't care how much funding you got and how much money you start with. At the end of the day, the company has to be able to generate money. Can you bring in sales or not? Can you bring in revenue or not? So if you start off like that, then that's what you probably going. That's all you're gonna know how to do. You know how to get loans good. You know how to get grants good. You know how to get funding good. You know how to seek investors. You know how to get partner. Man, at the end of the day, at some point, somebody around this place gonna have to know how to make 1 + 1 = 2 at some point. That's all I'm saying. So no, I mean, if you can go for it, good for you. Hey, to each their own. But I'm just saying, make sure you can get out here and get a contract, please. All right, next one, Zachary. How can I be objective? We won't spend this much time on the rest of the questions because now we got some new ones. So, but Zachary said, how can I be objective and systemize the hiring process? Getting a lot of applicants on Indeed who are just not the right fit. I feel like Andrew should start that one off. Are you on mute, by the way?
All right, yeah, I had to unmute. I'm laughing only because I've been there. So let me make sure I'm understanding. How can I be objective and systemize the hiring process? So I can tell you how I do it and what's worked for me in reference to Indeed. Indeed is the only source that I use. I tried the Facebook route and it works for a lot of people. It just didn't work for me because the quality of people that I was getting just didn't match up to what I needed, right? So with my Indeed kind of process, I send a mass post out, or basically I post a job on Indeed, and then only certain people will get the opportunity to have an interview with me. So when I'm going through and I'm kind of going through what their qualifications are, I have to remember, what did I post? Because you have to be very specific with your job post to try to weed out as many people as possible. Like, for instance, you want to put, okay, do you want 1 year of experience, 2 years, 3 years, whatever, whatever. So you want to put how many years of experience? You want to put something like, you have to have a working cell phone. You have to have an active account that's not, what's the one? Chime. I don't like that. Chime. I don't like that, but it works sometimes, but sometimes I have hassles with it. I'm very specific in what I put in my job post. And then within the job post, I'll have some type of call to action. And a lot of times what I've learned is, if you have a post and it's long, a lot of people don't read it. They'll just apply. And if they didn't follow the call to action within that post, then I know they didn't read the post. So I know right off top, this person doesn't pay attention to detail. They're just going in and they're just clicking. So I'm not even looking at them. And then when I go, and I don't want to make this too long, and then when I go in and people get past that first initial kind of test, now I look at their qualifications. If they don't fit the qualifications that I need, I just put them to the side. Before I was looking at everybody, but I'll skim through. Do they have this? Do they have that? Do they have this? All right, I'll give them an opportunity. If they don't have one of those things, I don't waste my time, because I get so many applications that it would eat away at your time. So you have to be specific like that. And you get to a routine of knowing exactly what you're looking for, having a call to action, you'll start weeding out a lot of people. Hopefully that helped you.
Now that's great. That's great feedback right there, man. Who else want to jump in? Question again is on the screen. How can I be objective and systemize the hiring process? Getting a lot of applicants on Indeed who are just not the right fit.
I know for us when it comes to Indeed, like I would definitely, man, call their consultants. Like, especially if you're just getting it started out, like I would call one of their consultants because, dude, we was blowing through our budget so quick and getting hundreds and hundreds of applicants.
Wait a minute, you just dropped one that went past. You said call their consultants. You mean Indeed's consultants?
Yes,
That's a new
Indeed has like client success coaches that is free. It comes with the service. So, you know, you call them because we just kept, every time we would upload, we would get like, no joke, in a day we'll have like 400 and some applicants. And it's like, dude, there's no way that we're getting this many people, because there's no way this many people are qualified, like, are the people that we're looking for a little tiny janitorial company at the time. So what we did, we called the client success consultants, and they were able to walk us through, you know, how to make a better ad, how to put your triggers and stuff like that, how to make those better, how to block out no's. Like, okay, if this person doesn't have a driving license, they can't even see your job to apply for it. If they don't have a working cell phone, they can't apply. Like, if they don't, like Andrew Lewis was talking about, if they don't have a certain amount of experience, it's just not going to show up. So therefore, because you paying for all them leads. If you send a whole bunch of leads in there, bro, like, you paying for them for sure. But like, that would be a starting point. But once you get that starting point, man, just come up with a system. Andrew Lewis has like put a lot of time into setting up automations for stuff like that. But even in your daily, like, when you know you got an account coming up or you need to hire, you don't wait until you need that person. You got to start in advance, start getting ready for that, because you're going to have people that show up for the interview, go through all the stuff, and then day one come for work, ghost. Like, they know where to be found. So you definitely don't want to hire just one person per position. Like, you want to make sure you have a pretty deep bag, and then you get into a system. Like, okay, on Mondays, my office assistant is posting. On Tuesdays, she calling everybody that posted. By Thursday and Friday, I got a window of time that I'm doing as many interviews as she could schedule. And when we would open new accounts, that was just our rhythm. Like, we would do it like that every time. So I would say we would meet at a coffee shop, because at that time, when we was doing our most interviews, we didn't have an office. We met at a coffee shop right in front of the library. Dude, we would have people lined up down the side of the building, because I would try to do as many, 15 minutes. That's all I need. As many conversations as I could have. Like, and then, like, okay, I used to be super stickler about this, but dude, somebody 5 minutes late, they got caught by the train. You know what I'm saying? Like, their car wouldn't start. Like, it's the same stuff that happened to us. Like, because I used to be on that. Or if they was late, they don't care. And it happens. But when you sit down and have that conversation, don't look for the Miss America pageant, answers. Like, well, I've always gave great customer service at every job I've ever been at, and it is just my desire to serve. Nah, hey, bro, I need a job. Like, I got these kids at the house. Like, I need extra money. I need a job. I got a way to get there. It's not my homegirl car. It's not, my mom ain't dropping me off. I got my own whip. I drove here, and I need a job, bro. Bet. All right. Can you do A, B, and C? Yes, I can. All right. Vibe good. Energy good. They meet all the other criteria. Okay. Is this person worth giving a chance? Yes or no? Like, it don't always have to be so tight and cookie cutter, because not everybody going to show up for the same, because not everybody has the same reason that they showing up. So get you for one, check with Indeed. Like, if you're using Indeed, make sure you're using it properly. For one, don't just blow your money, because that you'll go through that $500 real quick. It'll be like 2 weeks, and you'll be like, there's no way. Like, for two, get you a rhythm of doing your interviews and stuff like that. And then for three, hire real people. Like, don't hire robots. Hire like legitimate people, and just understand that real people are gonna have real problems. Nobody's gonna be perfect.
I love it. I love it. I think honestly, y'all killed that one. I ain't gonna beat it up no more. I think what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go to this one right here, and I'm gonna start with Brandon. So, starting out with a commercial cleaning business, how important is it to purchase a company vehicle or van first, considering the professionalism aspect and impression of the clients? I see Andrew face. What you got, Brandon?
Yeah, man, I love that question. In particular with our industry, you know, it's natural, it's normal to think about that. Like, I gotta have the van, right, with the wrap. And I will say, you just gotta weigh your options, right? So I would propose a question back to Humble 1454 and ask, what is your starting budget, right? So what you're working with. Either way it goes, whether you have a large budget or a tighter budget, I wouldn't recommend getting a van with a wrap anyway. And here's why. I'll tell you why. So if you think about the advertising model, right? If you think about the advertising and marketing model, even if you get a van wrapped, I don't know what city you live in, but here in Chicago, I would literally have to drive around this thing all day for maybe 1/1000th of the people to see my ad, right, on this van. It's a busy city. It's ads everywhere. I'm not the only wrapped ad, right? So how do I stand out in terms of that? I just done spent $3,500 getting this van wrapped and another $1,520 on the van. You know what I mean? When you could take $1,000, go buy some leads. Actually, let me back up a minute. You take $1,000, go buy some appointments and get in the building. Now, as far as professionalism, you just show up looking good. Put on a suit. If you're male or female, go in there, put a suit on. I guarantee you, I've walked into places with my business logo on big and bright and got hassle. Like, no, do you see this? Right? I got my company logo on there. I'm here about business. And I've gotten treated differently. Because guess what? Do you know how many people with their company logo that been trying to get in that building all day? That then popped into there? They sick of it. I put on a suit and tie. Guess what? I can go wherever I want to. And I look professional. They open the door for me. They hold the door or you get treated differently. Right? That's why majority of the time I don't even wear my company logo. I'm in a suit. You know what I mean? In Texas, I was in a suit, hot as hell. Right? And they respected it. I pull the jacket off and just go tie. Majority of the time I was in a polo, but when I found out when you change your clothes, you know, professionalism is in the eye of the beholder. You control all of that, right? And then when you speak, when you open your mouth, right, what are you talking about? What type of conversation are you having? That's professionalism right there. I could pull up in a hoopty. I could drive to that appointment in a hoopty and still run an appointment like I make $1 million a year. You know what I mean? So it's about the communication. And if you're looking to spend that type of money on a van, I would take some of that money, buy some leads. I would take a class on how to speak, maybe Toastmasters. I'm looking to get into it too. Me and AJ was just talking about that. Learn how to, you know, become more professional, how to talk to people, learn the basics of business, take an elementary class on business or cleaning business. Got them here too. And just learn the industry, learn what their pain points are. That's it. But as far as a van, I didn't have a van, man. And if you're talking about equipment wise, you put that, man, you better, man, I had, stop it. But yeah, I don't think you need that, right? And the reason, you know, the cleaning business industry, why you see a lot of, I'll say rags to riches, and not necessarily rags to riches, but a lot of people who start from humble beginnings is because it has low barriers of entry. It has low barriers of entry for a reason. So you don't want to raise the barrier on yourself. That's what you're doing. It's a low barrier for a reason. So if it's a low barrier, you attack and take advantage of that opportunity. Hey, it's low barrier. Let me buy some leads. Let me buy some appointments. All right. That's all I got on that.
I was sitting here trying to see how could I possibly add to that? Like, seriously, but that man said, I'm in Chicago. I can ride around all day long and it's still, I mean, I think the only thing I can say is I'm like, okay, well, let's just put it as home service perspective. Okay, when the last time for homeowners out there, when the last time you chose the person to fix your roof or your whatever you got going on in the house, electrical thing? But they do got nice vans. I like the wrap on their van. We don't care about that. We don't care about who got the decent price that gave me the best vibe, that seemed like they and explained to me the issue and their solution the best. You know what I mean? Like, who come to fix this problem that we called for at the most reasonable price that also seems like they really gonna do it, and we got to keep going back and forth about it. That's it, bro. Like, seriously. I feel like we beating them up. I gotta relax. I'm hyper today.
But I got a story. Can I tell a story real quick?
Go ahead, get them.
Let me tell a story. So I had a subcontractor down in Houston, a subcontractor down there, and he did the exact thing what we talking about. So he went and got a van and bought all this equipment. I don't know how much it cost. It was a lot because it was a nice van, nice equipment. It wasn't even used. I'm like, damn, you ain't even buy it. And I'm like, how many clients you got? He had no clients. So it doesn't make sense. Like, if you got $15,000 van with equipment and you ain't bringing in half of that at least per month, you're in a bad situation because you got to pay that stuff off. So in the beginning, you want to keep your overhead low, like running a lean business. And I'm all about running a lean business. You got to spend some money too. But if you spend some money on anything, it's for getting the actual appointments, or getting your SEO straight, where you get some inbound stuff, but it's on the blood of your business, which is appointments, sales, all that type of stuff. But as far as like the vehicle and the wraps and stuff, that's as you scale, you can add that stuff on. It looks great. It looks great. But as AJ just said, nobody's going to choose you because you got a nice wrap on your van. They want to know if you could fix their problem. Can you fix my problem?
That part. You know what I mean? You might get one hit or two here or there. They might call you, but nah, it's way better ways to spend that money. And once you get to multi-millions and you got just amplified money and budgets each year to blow on that because you'd rather spend it on marketing versus paying taxes, that's different. But nah, not now. No, nowhere near soon for that.
Can I?
Come on, get them, Tone. Get them, Tone.
just want to play devil's advocate just a little bit on that, man. I definitely feel like if you go on the commercial route, and you're going to be in and out of buildings, you're going to be cleaning houses and stuff like that, and do not go get no van. Like, once you have built yourself up, and that's something that you can afford, and it's not going to be killing your bottom line and all those things. Because once you buy that vehicle, you got to remember you got to have commercial vehicle insurance. You got to have like all of that stuff. You're not just buying the vehicle, like you buying everything else that comes with having it, and you run the risk of you or one of your people, mishandling that vehicle, whether it's doggone wrecking somebody or getting wrecked or whatever it is. But I would say if you are performing some type of specialty service, like you are a carpet cleaner or, strictly like floors, I feel like it is important to go ahead and start giving that like presentation a little differently. Because as far as if you're a residential cleaner or you are a commercial building cleaner or whatever, man, they pull up in anything. Like, you're going to pull up to anybody's house in anything. But if I'm hiring a guy to clean my carpets, like, it's a different look when he pull up in that van and it's wrapped and he got his equipment and stuff like that. Because, dude, we were making, on the residential end, we were making almost $15,000 a month. With a $4,500 carpet cleaning machine and 04 Sequoia with 2 Vistaprint magnets on the side. So we ain't have no wrap, and we was eating. But just like Brandon said, instead of putting, like, even though I used to be itching, like, man, I just want to get a van, I want to get it wrapped up, I want to do this. My partner would be like, bruh, like, we already getting the money. Like, let's put more money into getting more money. And he would just throw the money back into our advertisement and throw it back into our marketing and stuff like that. So what started out as, doing $2,800 a month, then it went to $5,000 a month. Now we doing close to $15,000 a month, like cleaning floors and doggone, cleaning houses and stuff at that time. Like, we was doing all of that with no wrap. So it's not necessary, But from what like I've experienced, if you start to specialize in something, like you become, hey, I am that floor guy, I am that pressure washer guy, or I like something like that, then I feel like that's when you should start probably considering like, getting wrapped up. But as far as it being necessary, absolutely not.
Shout out to that. And so rocking with Cowboy, and you said you can play devil's advocate, but you really didn't. So you pretty much said what we said. But and then rocking with Cowboy said he got to disagree. To be honest, ain't nothing wrong with having the van wrap. You don't disagree. We didn't say it was something wrong with it. What we said was it's not the best way to spend your money. Let's go back to the original question. To make sure nobody gets left behind. Starting out with commercial cleaning business was the question. That's number one. So we talking specifically commercial cleaning. And then we also said keyword starting.
Especially starting out.
Starting. Hell no. Absolutely not. I stand on that. I'm going to go back and play Jesus advocate or God's advocate. No, you don't. Why would you pay for that? When you can literally just go, like everybody want to take the long way around. Niggas right there. You want that building, go to that building. Call them. Go in there. It's just like if you at the bar, you like her, what fuck you telling her friend for? Go holler at her. What is we doing? You don't give a fuck how nice your shoes is. She can't even see him in that dark ass place y'all at probably. Like, come on. What are we doing? All right, sorry. Y'all know how it is.
Let me add one more thing. I like it. It's cool and everything. It makes you look, like you've arrived, even though you didn't, because you bought it as one of the first things you invested into your business. The only time I say that it really makes a difference is I live in a neighborhood with a bunch of houses, right? And if I see somebody at one of my neighbors' houses, I can look on their van or whatever. Oh, that's cool. I'm going to call them, but I'm not even going to call them until I vet them by my neighbor. Hey, are they any good? How did they do? Is the price wise? Then I'll talk to them. That's the only real time that I really care about it. I bought a van and I don't have it wrapped, but I have my logo and stuff on it. That van's sitting right in my drive. I don't even use it. I don't use it. So yeah, it, like Tony said, specialize, and it does come in handy in certain situations, but do you need it as the first thing? Absolutely not as the first. When you've built yourself up, then maybe, but right as the first thing, no, you're wasting money. And it goes back to that conversation about funding and trying to start off the race at the finish line. Don't try to move so fast. Take your time. Don't put yourself in debt, because you're going to be using your business to get yourself out of debt instead of building your business up. I'm done.
Big facts. So, all right. Way to live said commercial insurance is expensive. $3,500 a year for mine. Will said Tony, niche services benefit more with wraps and stuff, but don't get caught up in the hype. Big facts. Silver. Shout out to Silver. Is that? Yeah, I think that's, I remember. CBN conference. Shout out to you. Just remember that Brandon and company car. Think about the insurance and such that comes along with that. Exactly. Doubling down on that. I really, and shout out to Tone for bringing that part up as well. I really don't even think clients care about that. What you pull up and work for $1 billion company. Go watch that man video. This is facts. I don't know all them acronyms and stuff. Tone, you talk CBSC. Brandon, know what I mean? I know they big time. That's what I do. I got one of their books sitting over there right now. But yeah. You know what I mean? So he'll tell you better than I can. All I know is what I know. I've been around for a little while. So it ain't, I mean, does it help? For sure. But do you need it? Absolutely not. All right. So, all right. I do see the time. We promise y'all an hour. That's the best we can do. Every now and then we're going to have fun. We might go over. We're going to see. But this is our first time doing this. If y'all want us to keep doing this, remember the time. Every single Friday, 1 p.m. Eastern time, we're going to do this. We are the Cleaning Business Consultants. I'm not in it yet, though. I'm going to give them a little bit more. I see another question coming in there. But just making sure y'all know. Make sure you show up every Friday, 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern time, y'all. I see a couple more questions. We're going to get this, and then we're going to go ahead and get towards wrapping it up. What we got? Do any of you all clean surgery centers? Speaking of surgery centers, before I go into that, I meant to say this earlier. Shout out to Sean Richards, CBN legend. He was the first person I really heard say that point that Brandon was saying earlier about just go and dress all the way up. You hit harder than the logo shirt. This is a fact. Shout out to Sean Richards and Brandon Orr as well for No, I mean, and then it's crazy. You said that, and you look at you. You got it on right now. You look like you know more than everybody here just because of that suit.
I don't. and I don't.
You might. We all look. Everybody knows something about something now. So hey, don't discredit yourself. But nah, for real though, we gonna get back to this surgery centers. All right, bam. If so, all right, bam. So y'all know anything about surgery centers? If so, do y'all have specific EVS teams, or do you train everyone you hire to do terminal cleaning, etc.? I don't. I'll go ahead and start that off. I don't know about that. Sean Richards, that's what he do. Maybe I'll get him on and ask him about it. But honestly, no, I don't know.
Yeah, we do, and we actually got one in the pipeline that should be starting next month or April too. So the good thing about the surgical centers, man, they have the capital, they got the money, so that's why I like going after anything surgery. As far as the EVS, do you all have specific EVS teams, or do you train everyone? So specifically, we will have the people that's on that account trained for that account. And something I'm new to as well, and Sean, who's not on the call, he probably has more experience in this area, but each state has different protocols and are part of different medical, how can I put it, medical groups or networks, and they have to get those places clean according to those standards. So when we had in Texas, they had it already laid out, the infection control protocol, what was supposed to be done. So that was good because it saved us time from having to customize a scope of work, but we still added our knowledge and stuff that we recommended on there too. So you have a dual layer, and we had those specific teams train specifically for that account. And a lot of stuff is kind of normal, and it's going to overlap no matter where you go. Infection control, that overlaps. Bloodborne pathogens, that overlaps. So no matter where you clean or whatever, that's standard stuff. And here in Illinois, the one that I had a meeting and a walkthrough with, theirs was a lot different from the one in Texas. They had a whole different set of protocols and strategies to clean that facility that was directly from the state program that they were a part of. So, but essentially all of it is the same. So we're not going to train like everybody. Like if it's a guy who cleans offices at night, I'm not going to have him trained to clean that unless he's a floater. In case somebody calls, we're getting into the weeds now, somebody calls off and you get your floater to go clean that, yeah, they definitely have to be trained. But it would be good. We're just not at that level yet to train everybody on medical like that. So we don't have a need for it right now. But essentially, that's a great question. I would love for everybody to be trained on medical. So.
For sure. And Andrew, I don't know if you're going yet. Are you got like a second? Let everybody know where they can find you at. Drop the YouTube. Let us know.
Okay. Awesome. Appreciate it. It's loading right now. So sorry, guys. I apologize, but I have a business call coming at 2 and I got to wait. But for you guys, I'll do it. And AJ and Tony and my boy Brandon. You guys are amazing. It's been great. You guys definitely got to come back next week. We're doing this every week, right?
Yeah, every week.
Every week. Let's do it.
At least one of us will be here.
Yeah, we'll be here. We'll be here. Yeah, I'm Andrew Lewis, owner of Squeaky Clean Commercial Cleaning here in South Carolina. Also, Clean Success Academy, Clean Success VA Staffing Solutions, and the book, The Invisible Bottleneck. But this has been an amazing discussion, and I hope that everybody took what we said, to heart, and you guys understand that we've all been there. None of us started this business at the top. Every last one of us grinded from the beginning to where we are now. And now we're trying to provide an opportunity for you guys to get to where you're trying to get to, for you to achieve the dreams and the visions that you guys have for your business. And the things that you need to get to that point is not necessarily funding immediately. You need the knowledge, you need the experience. It's so many things that you need. And by reaching out to AJ and getting into, CBN or consultations or anything like that is going to exponentially push you further on down the road in this race that we're running, right? Like I said, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. But if you can get the knowledge, you can get the information, you can get the guidance that you need from these gentlemen right here, it's going to catapult you way further than you trying to figure this crap out by yourself. Because I started that way and I was struggling trying to figure it out until I found AJ. And then once I found AJ, I got into the courses, I learned, I just took in all that information and it took me to the next level. So just you guys do that. Take this information and run with it. But I got to go.
Appreciate you, brother. Thank you for coming in.
All right.
Cool. And I guess we might as well go ahead and go in order and start wrapping it up. Brandon, let us know where we can find you at and the YouTube and all the good stuff.
Yeah, sure. Brandon or out of Chicago, guys. Sales specialty and also a consultant here at CBN, specializing in helping people to improve their sales. A lot of us, we think that we need more leads, right? We need more leads. And maybe it's, you don't need more leads. You just need to learn how to close. If you could increase your closing ratio, you'll actually get more money than buying more leads. So, yeah. So if you have any needs or anything that's just drawing you back from closing deals, or maybe it's just a confidence thing. Maybe you just need somebody to believe in you more than you believe in yourself. Maybe it's that, all 4 of us actually could do that, help you to see something that you can't necessarily see. So we've done it before, and we got the tapes to show it. So YouTube, Brandon Orr 7, and Instagram, Dreams Into Motion. The letter N and the number 2, motion. Dreams Into Motion.
Appreciate that, brother. Thank you for coming on. What we got, Mr. Tony? How can they find you?
You find me, Tony Williams, on Facebook. Tony Williams Official across all platforms. Got a website that I'm working on, TonyWilliamsOfficial.com. That working on getting ready to launch. So be out on the lookout for that, man. And truth, transition, transformation. That's what I'm about, man. Above all things, I just like to encourage y'all to remember who you are and whose you are. Because you can put on that suit and you can walk in the door as a phony, and you're gonna smell that right away. Like when I used to do drop-ins, sometimes the drop-ins would be after I done been out in the field all day. So I'm not as tight as I would want to be. I used to have my locks swinging, and not everybody used to vibe with that. But every time I walked into a building, I remember who I was. So I ain't never walk in with my head down, or they might not talk to me. So I just encourage y'all, as you on this journey, remember who you are and whose you are. If you're ready to take that jump from 9 to 5, going into full-time entrepreneurship, feel free to reach out to me. That's something that I really, thrive in, and I really love helping people with, is making that clean exit, not doing it sloppy like some of us did, hey, forget this job and just jumping out of there. I know that's been the journey for most of us, but I'm just, passionate about helping others, man. So tap in with me. And I'll be back next week.
And don't forget, make sure you let them know you're speaking, your first speaking.
Oh, yeah.
Talk about
Forgot about that. So be out on the lookout for it, man. God has blessed me, man. I get the opportunity to present my first TED Talk, and that'll be happening next month on the 21st in Lake Alfred, Florida, right down here in Polk County. So I know not everybody's gonna be able to make it, but once the video drop, I want all of y'all to tap in, tune in to my fresh new idea.
Let's do it. Where can they find the tickets to attend that TED Talk?
That's gonna be on Eventbrite. I can see if I can find it, but if you type in TEDx Lake Alfred, it should pop up on Eventbrite.
But Phil, I appreciate that. And I am AJ Simmons, founder of the Clean Biz Network, Clean Business GOAT. And I did see something, so I want to address this before I go. Y'all know where to find me, y'all here. Let me see. It was one thing you asked real quick. I'm gonna get it before I go. Bam, this one. Yep. So he said about what do we think about joining this Chamber of Commerce in your city is a good for business? I say yes. And then I also wanted to follow that up with, Brandon, a big component of that as well. But I also wanted to follow up with that. When you ask me about marketing, even when it comes to the van thing too, my answer is yes. All marketing, yes. Any way that you can get your business out there, yes. But what I was saying was, but there's also an order of importance, and that's what we were speaking on earlier. If you're just getting started, is that the first thing you need to do? I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe not. It depends on what your goals are. But you got to figure out what you want. First of all, what type of buildings or whatever, and that might not be buildings or homes or whatever thing you're trying to do. Figure out what do you want to do? What type of things are you trying to clean? Okay. Now, how can you get to those directly the quickest and the most efficient way as possible? So if the Chamber of Commerce is that for you, start there. If it's not, then start with the thing that's going to get you to that the quickest. That's what I was saying. But anyway, AJ Simmons, founder of the Clean Business Network. Tony Williams, Brandon Orr, Andrew Lewis. I'm AJ Simmons. We're going to be here every Friday, 1 p.m. Eastern time. Anything else before we go, y'all, before I drop this outro? All right. Well, thank y'all for showing up. Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all. We would talk to y'all
Headed
next
to
week.
the top, there ain't none of y'all stopping me. Used to say I never get a ring, Charles Barkley. Now I got a wife, got kids, own property. Bubble-eyed beans that look like that be watching me. Okay, I lied about the beans, but that was hard though. I'm still in that black act, but she starred though. Cause that's all it takes. Don't flash it for. I'm on my grind, not no more fashion show.